Author of 4 books, including the highly praised novels Jim the Boy and The Blue Star. He also has written a collection of stories titled Here We Are in Paradise, as well as the personal essay collection Somehow Form a Family. The winner of a National Magazine Award for Fiction, Tony was named one of the 20 best writers of his generation by both Granta and The New Yorker. His writing has appeared in Harper's, Esquire, The New Yorker, the Oxford American, the New York Times Book Review, Best American Short Stories, New Stories from the South, and many other magazines and anthologies. Since 1997, Tony has taught at Vanderbilt, where he is the Samuel Milton Fleming Associate Professor of English. He teaches beginning, intermediate, and advanced fiction workshops, along with a seminar in Hemingway and American fiction. He grew up not far from the college in Rutherford County, North Carolina. Welcome home, Tony Early.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here because I've never been to one of these things when I wasn't hungover. The night before I graduated in '83, my friend David Muchani won the Fife Cup, and he took it to a party, and we spent the night drinking beer out of it. We had one 12-inch dance single. Y'all can ask your parents later what that is. And it was She Blinded Me with Science. And every time the guy said, "Science," we had to drink from the Fife Cup. On my way to my ceremony, which was in the chapel, I lived in Sage. I drank 2 Coca-Colas on the way to the chapel, and left the bottles outside so I could get them after the ceremony, and then forgot about them. So not only was I hungover, I didn't recycle. But when I was here in October, I bumped into Professor David Bradshaw, and who said, "I heard you're going to be the commencement speaker." I said, "Yeah, that's right." He said, "Shorter is better." So I'm going to move out of the extemporaneous part of the address now and into the written part. One of the first things I did after agreeing to be your commencement speaker was to look up the word commencement. Commence, of course, means to begin. And to my ear, it's a word with a lovely, old-fashioned Appalachian flavor, particularly suited for use in this setting. My people have been commencing to do things in these mountains for hundreds of years now. Although, if you asked them about it, they would more than likely commence to deny it. The definition of the suffix "ment" is the result, product, or means of an action. The coupling of the verb and the suffix give us the noun commencement, a means of beginning. This is the place where I tell you that your graduation today is not an ending, but a beginning, an utterly exhausted, shop-worn cliche that I'm nevertheless required by law, as your commencement speaker, to utter at least once. But now that I've gotten that out of the way, we can all relax. I've discovered during the last several weeks exactly how difficult it is to write a commencement address devoid of cliche and platitude. My brief elevation to this platform presupposes, I suppose, that from this exalted height I will breathe down upon you appropriate words of inspiration as wisdom as you are commencing to commence. The only problem is that while I do feel marginally platitudinous, I do not feel particularly wise. It would seem that I suffer from commencement speaker inadequacy, or CSI. CSI is the primary cause of commencement speakers attempting to punch up their addresses by including near-random quotations from famous dead white guys. graduation weekends approach, commencement speakers select these decontextualized nuggets of condensed Caucasian wisdom from anthologies, websites, fortune cookies, and framed posters in the waiting rooms of dentists. Which reminds me of something Thoreau said to Emerson.
Writers.
See, I love this place. I knew y'all would get that. Something Thoreau said to Emerson one night in 1845, when Thoreau, taking a break from planting beans at Walden Pond, had dinner with Emerson at Emerson's home in Concord, Massachusetts. Emerson looked at Thoreau and said, "Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. To be great is to be misunderstood. There's no road has not a star above it." Thoreau pointed at the chicken breast on Emerson's plate and said, "Ralph, you gonna eat that?"